I'm not.
I'll let you, I don't have a bill.
It's not in the, it's not in the, thing, the one that they didn't see. Oh, your tax.
Don't worry, it was in the, it's in the bills. I'll take care of it. What's up?
That's right. Make bills.
Oh, yep, I will make sure Maddie gets that updated.
Sure. No, no worries. I didn't want to fight you, but I thought. In case you forgot, to send it.
Darn it.
It's on there, but I gave him his phone number, which he uses just for this business. Gotcha. I didn't know.
I will mention it to Maddie.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I thought I heard the chipper going on, but it never did. Was that just my imagination or somebody else using it?
Must with somebody else.
Okay.
We'll be on tomorrow.
It sounded like it was like 2 or 3 blocks away. I never got the hours. Somebody over there was going.
Yeah, might have been
I'm like, I can't do
PA. We'll be out tomorrow.
that.
Fresh Jeff.
I had a lady come in and said, I was just up at the, I don't know if she said just, she's up at the cemetery, that pile of wood chips, can you take those? And I'm thinking, "Yeah, pile of wood chips."
There's some wood chips up there, but those are $10.
I told her no, I told her
Yeah.
the one she can take them behind the garage.
Honestly, I don't know.
At that point.
It might even be there.
I know, 3
She was right up nice, and I don't know what,
Yeah,
trying to use it for
Like
the
5 years later.
Oh, yeah. yeah, we always keep a little bit. A little bit.
We could say $3.
$3.
I just said something.
at the garage.
No, it's not. But little stuff, just keep a little bit.
Hard to even look at.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
You don't want some sort of thing.
Easily could have.
Fall in all the way.
Yeah,
Over the regular common council meeting, Monday, June 5th, 7 PM, roll call.
Preble,
Here.
Langen,
Here.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Place the formal meeting notice.
Meeting notices were posted on Friday, June 2nd at the city hall, the library, the post office, and the website.
Council acceptance of agenda.
Move to accept the agenda.
Second. Motion and second to accept the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Personal appearances. Anyone in the audience would speak on anything that's on the agenda? With the minutes from May 15th. Motion to approve. I'll second. Motion and second to approve the May 15th meeting minutes. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Committee reports, finance. Yeah.
Finance met today at 6:15. I'll make a motion to approve the change order number 2 for BKS Construction for the Henry Street Utility Improvement Project in the amount of $22,301.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the change order. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Preble,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the pay request number 4 for BKS Construction Inc. for the Henry Street and Utility Improvement Project in the amount of $135,933.68.
Second.
Motion and second to pay BKS, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
David, Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $492,103.83.
Second.
Motion and a second to pay the bills. Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Motion passes.
We're gonna make a motion for a new license application, a Class A combination liquor and beer license for Sakusha Enterprises LLC, doing business as A to Z Mini Mart, 611 North Main Street, agent Mahesh Sakusha.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve Class A combination beer, liquor and beer license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Then we'll make a motion for the new license application of a cigarette and tobacco license for A to Z Mini Mart, 611 North Main Street.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the second cigarette and tobacco license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Motion passes.
And now we're gonna start grouping the renewal applications together. So, Class B combination beer and liquor license renewal for Town and Country Club, agent Matthew Rivers, Two Brothers LLC, agent Alir Benushi, 1102 North Main Street LLC, doing business as Cafe on Main, agent Alir Benushi, El Patron Mexican Grill, agent Alejandro Ramirez Meza, Last Night Bar and Grill, agent Terry Notestat. TKK Enterprises, doing business as the Decoy Bar and Grill, agent Tom Kulo. Young Theater Pit Stop, doing business as Pit Stop, agent Patricia Young. 124 West Fulton Street LLC, doing business as Red Baron, agent Alir Benushi, and 112 West Fulton Street LLC, doing business as Lounge 1848, agent Alir Benushi.
Second to approve the Class B licenses. Any discussion?
Just one small, very small thing. It's Town Country Club, not Town and.
Thank you.
I'll second.
I have a second.
I
on
was gonna
that
say, I
one.
thought
Oh, you
you already
did.
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
So that was a motion you were making when you read them off, because I didn't hear this.
I did, yes, I said I started with the motion. Yes, I did.
I missed it. Bad side to it. Okay, motion the second to approve those licenses. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the Class B beer license renewals for Mario's Italian Restaurant LLC, agent Carl Zimmerman, Campbell Boys LLC, agent Dusty Campbell.
I'll second.
Second for Class B beer license renewals. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the Class A combination beer and liquor license renewals for Dave's Family Family Foods, and doing business as Piggly Wiggly, agent Nathan Perry. 424 Game Day Liquor Inc., doing business as Game Day Liquor, agent Chandresh Patel. Casey's Marketing Company, doing business as Casey's General Store, 3731, agent Anthony Hawks. Burns Full Service LLC, agent Casey Burns, and Sakursha Enterprises LLC, doing business as A to Z Mini Mart, agent Mahesh Shakusha.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve the Class A combination beer and liquor licenses. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the Class A beer license renewal for Quick Trip Inc., DBA Stop and Go 1500, agent Alicia Imhoff, and Quick Trip Inc., DBA Quick Trip number 675, agent Sarah Pierce.
I'll second.
Motion second to approve the Class A beer licenses. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the Class C wine license renewal for Campbell Boys LLC, agent Dusty Campbell.
I'll second.
Motion second for the Class C wine license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the sandwich board permits for Red Baron and Two Brothers Bar and Grill.
I'll second.
Motion to second for sandwich board permits. Any discussion?
I just have a question as to what qualifies or maybe why there aren't more applicants, because there certainly are more sandwich boards downtown.
That's a good question. I know there's at least a couple more down the street.
I don't know, are there more applications coming?
I have not received any more, but if there are establishments that are putting out sandwich boards and they did not apply for one, then we need to let them know that they have to have one in order to put them out.
You have a list, one of these?
So if you see them, just let me know and I'll send them a letter and tell them you need to have a permit for that. Some of them may not know because they may see the other establishments putting them out and not realize they have to have a permit for it. So, yeah, if you see some, let me know.
Well, we've had, in the past, we've had at least.
If you get a list, I'll stop in those places and let them know.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, in the past, we've had at least a half a dozen on here. We got the Mama's Church down there, we got the two consignment shops. I mean, they're usually on here every year. So,
Yeah, and all the ones that have had licenses in the past, I sent the applications to and let them know.
okay.
If they don't return them, then I just assume they don't want to use them anymore, but if you see them put signs out,
Okay.
we need to know that.
I think COVID kind of, when they were putting those, we were putting the horses out there where we were allowing people to stop to pick up. I think that could have had an effect on it. So if you guys see them, or if we see them, we'll kind of make a list and I'll stop in there and let them know that they need a permit for it.
Also, are you gonna ask?
The big, I don't know what you call them, the big things that like fly around like a huge, they don't have a real name, right? But
And sales.
sale, open and ice cream, whatever, does that need a permit? I know that's not technically a sandwich board, but like, what is that?
Temporary sign. So, the one I'm aware of, they received a temporary sign, you can only be there for 50 days. So that's how we, would depend on the location. If it's in the right of way, that's a very different kind of sign, but if you talk about the one on North Main Street behind the sidewalk, private property. That one we talked about, you get a permit for them.
Okay.
Okay, so we saw this motion out here for this one. Any more discussion on sandwich sign boards? Roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve private property on public sidewalk permit for Burns Full Service LLC.
I'll second.
Motion to second for private property and public sidewalk permit. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
And then finally, for Finance Committee, I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Pioneer Roofing for the amount of $111,064 for the library roof that would be paid using 2022 loan proceeds.
I'll second that.
Motion to second to have the library roof repaired. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Motion passes.
And that's everything for finances.
Oh, no. Thank you. Parks Committee, anything to bring forward?
Oh, yeah. So we met on Tuesday, May 16th. We elected a chair. I was re-elected as chair. We discussed fence quotes for pickleball courts, and they were pretty high. The price was pretty high for what we needed, so we decided to hold off on fencing the pickleball courts. We're still not quite sure exactly what we're gonna do with pickleball, so there'll be no fencing at this time for the pickleball. We discussed parking expansion at Racetrack Park, looking at a couple different options. We'll have more to report on that in the very near future, but we will be doing some expansion for parking. We also did make a decision to provide senior parking at Racetrack Park. I can't remember, did we decide 2 stalls?
There was no motion made.
Oh, there wasn't? I thought we did this.
My recollection was we're gonna talk about it at the tour. Is that your recollection, Howard?
Okay, I stand corrected. I thought in my mind, we made that decision. We will be making that decision for a couple of senior parking spots at Racetrack Park. We did make a decision, well, we asked staff to develop a policy for bus parking, for the school bus parking. When the school buses drive into Racetrack Park and they drop off teams. So we don't want them parking in Racetrack Park, taking up what few spots we have. So a policy will be written up and we will notify the schools so that when the school buses do come, they should park on IKI Drive. Drop the kids off and let the kids go
And
into
so
the
the
park.
driver can still come and watch. They're close enough that they'll be able to still come in.
Yeah, they want to,
I
absolutely.
just think it would be.
Just the buses out of the park, not the
Absolutely.
drivers.
Absolutely.
Tough to keep the driver up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I was just thinking, if it was depending on how far away it is, right, but okay.
Well, there's right there on, yeah, that's a good point. It's just right there on IKI Drive, they can park. We also discussed, I think Howard's gonna look for some more quotes on netting at the baseball field, so continue to get comments and feedback that additional netting at the park is needed. Our next park meeting sometime this month, we're going to be touring all of the parks in town. Tracy, anything that you can think of that I missed? That's it.
You, Howard, did you want to announce that the pickleball nets were up and the lines were painted?
Well, the pickleball nets are up.
Wasn't there lines painted there?
There are lines there, but that's the same lines that were there last year.
Okay, it's two lines, so
At the new direction?
No,
Oh,
no,
we haven't had time to do that yet, but in case anybody didn't want to play in the meantime, we just put it back up.
okay, good. That's it for parks.
Thank you. Fire district.
Yep, fire district at our last board meeting, we had election of officers. And John Sherman was elected to remain president. Ryan Meyer from Milton, from the new group, was elected vice president. And then I was re-elected secretary treasurer. We have a board meeting this Thursday evening at 6 o'clock. And we will also have we're gonna pause the meeting and then we're gonna go over to this fire station. We're gonna have a swearing in ceremony of, I don't know how many do we have, chief? Either new staff or staff who have completed certification of different things. So
There's like 8 or 9 on the list.
swearing in ceremony, which also includes eating ice cream. Anybody is welcome to,
What was that?
yeah. 6:15, cake and ice cream, and then we'll go back to resume our board meeting for Thursday night. So, Chief, you have some numbers to
So
report?
the board has a copy of the report. We continue to increase the numbers. You kind of see a look, we're roughly 17-18% over last year. 695 911 incidents so far for the year. Transfers continue, we're getting that back up to where we would expect it to be. A couple of things I'll just point out on the far right-hand side. Month of May, we actually had 3 days where we were 10 call days. You can see the 11 and a 12 call day. 2 of those 10 call days were back to back. So crews got pretty good workout. City of Edgerton, for the month, 4 minutes and 36 seconds in response time. Year to date, 4 minutes and 49 seconds. So we're back down to where we would want to be. You kind of see the numbers, 52 calls in the city during the month, 274 so far for the year. Fire inspections going along really well. There is a lot related to staffing. We will, by the start of the next pay period, be at full staff. There's a lot of really, really good things that sort of transpired over the last month, and we'll go into detail with the board on it. But we had 2 individuals that were in a process elsewhere. They got job offers and they declined to stay. So what we've been working on over the last 6 to 8 months in terms of trying to change, a lot of things that, to be competitive, if you will, we feel really good about. And I have a neighboring department that is very upset. Kenny mentioned the swearing in. One of the things, if you are at all interested in coming over, we also are going to recognize the 3 cadets that were the high school kids from Evansville, Stoughton, and Edgerton that went through the cadet program this year. We're kind of tossing that in because obviously they're going to be done with school here, actually probably this week, right? So we want to take the opportunity to recognize them with their families for what they did. Just a really, really cool program. We've got, I believe Brandon told me, 6 people already interested in that cadet program for the fall. And we've been working with Blackhawk Tech to expand it. Up till now, it's been just firefighter 1 certification. We are pushing the living daylights out of Blackhawk Tech to open it up to a 2-semester program where in 1 semester they'll get their EMR, basically the precursor to an EMT certification, and then the 2nd semester their fire certification. We're doing this obviously in cooperation with Milton Schools now as well. And we've been told Milton Schools could literally fill a class for us. The minimum requirement is 10 individuals to run an EMT class. And the advisors over there have told us they'll fill a single class for us. So again, it's just kind of a general theme of what we've been doing is obviously working. We're not going to take our foot off the accelerator because the problem isn't going to go away. But we're just really kind of excited about the progress we're seeing. Not that it wasn't entertaining enough at 90 and 95 degrees. We had 3 working fires in 1 week. Good news is obviously none of them in the city of Edgerton, but had a barn fire on what I would describe as old Highway 26 north of the city of Milton. Had 3 exposures exposed when we pulled up, managed to get it knocked down or contained at least enough that it did not extend to any of those exposures. We had a very significant house fire out on Charlie's Bluff. The original call to 911 actually came from a boater out on the lake and said, there's something going wrong in Charlie's Bluff. The fire had extended to the house next door. Crews were able to get that knocked down, to kind of burn the siding and some of the windowsills off the house next door, but the house next door remained occupiable, I guess.
It's a good.
So we were very fortunate there. It also was impinging on another building behind, and we got that knocked down before it got too far in. And then just to top off the weekend, not that that was enough, Millar Grain Service, just north of town, out off of Highway 73. They had a very significant fire in their shop. When I pulled up, literally, it's a metal sided building. It was glowing orange. Good news there, it was far enough away from a lot of the other buildings. We knew we weren't going to do anything to save whatever was in that building, but we did get it cut off. So a lot of activity in a week. A lot of miscellaneous things there for you. There's a couple of things I did want to notice or make you aware of. Candy again mentioned the swearing in ceremonies. We do 2 of them a year. The one we do at this time of the year is for officers and above, so new officers and that kind of stuff. And then we do one in October during Fire Prevention Week for all of the firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics that have come on over the last year. So you are more than welcome to stop by, especially because we're doing high school cadets as well. Several of us were at the Fire Station Design Conference. There's 2 major conferences done every year nationally on fire station design. Doug Kenny, who is one of the alternates from the city of Edgerton, Doug was able to go along with us. We're gonna give him about 15 minutes. He wanted an hour and a half, but we're gonna give him about 15 minutes on the board agenda Thursday night to kind of summarize all the things that he got exposed to. I mean, he's got notes. We're just, they're very complicated buildings. They're extremely expensive. There is a joke running around out there right now as to when fire stations will get to $1,000 a square foot to build. And most of the architects will tell you, well, it sounds funny. In the state of New York right now, they are mid $800 per square foot. The regulations have gotten pretty, the carcinogens, the cancer risk, all of those sorts of things have gotten, pretty significant over time. So it was a very eye-opening conference, and I think Doug will do a nice job. So if anybody does want to come in, we'll probably, I don't know, Candy, we'll figure out where we want to put it. If there are some guests there who want to come and just hear that, maybe we'll pull that up right after the ceremony.
Sure.
So people could come and listen and head out. Other than that, it's been a boring month.
Yeah. Right. That's
Thank you. Mayor, all the person and staff reports. Congratulations to the graduates this year. Congratulations this weekend. And it's Father's Day coming up in a week and a half or so, 2 weeks. And all you guys are filling that role. Steve Stricker, second place yesterday. And missed out. But won the week before, so hopefully next week. That's all I have.
I personally would like to thank for the nets being up, Howard. Appreciate it. To eliminate these calls.
For that.
For that.
There's 3 of them.
Are you getting called, sir?
Yeah. Complaints.
That the net wasn't up,
Yeah.
but that's not now. Okay, good.
And we're not afraid.
Good.
They must have just gone up because the last time I heard it was Friday.
It was what?
The last time I heard it was Friday, I think, so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. That means people are utilizing them.
Yeah. Okay, if nobody else has anything, anybody want to put us in the closed session?
No.
So I'll move, we go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 1985 1 deliberating or negotiating, purchasing of public properties, or investment of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Discuss and consider negotiation of land purchase, land sale, and economic development incentives.
Second, go into closed section, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Langen,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes. We are in closed session.